Hey everybody, welcome to Rockinboxes Presents, the new channel, everything like that. And boy, I'm telling you, I am excited to start off 2017 to welcome my friend Simone Denny, five-time Juno Award winner. Hey, how's it going, Simone? How's
I'm
it
good.
going?
How are you?
You know what? I'm great.
Good. Busy, but good.
Busy. Yeah, so I see that you're doing, well, okay, first off, let's talk about the album and how sales are going and how it's going. Yeah, if you want to just
It's
tell everybody out there.
it's going really well. It's been a very cool reaction to see people see that whole other side of me and what I do, and that I do live music and I do other genres of music. I think that has been for me, the most interesting part is to see the transition. And so I've been getting some very cool reactions to it, and I'm enjoying that.
That's awesome. And for everybody out there that's watching, the album is called the Stereo Dynamite
Sessions
Session
Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yes.
Is there Volume 2 in the works?
There's definitely talk of Volume 2. We've already started playing with a few different tracks, so there's some stuff coming.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
so is it going to be the same kind of, 60s flavor with
I
the
can't tell you everything. I can't tell you. We're in the very early stages, but it's definitely will be live music as usual.
Oh no, that's fantastic. So off of the album, there's some really great songs, that
Thanks.
I got to tell you something. So
Okay.
I purchased the album, and
Okay.
just before you guys had it on sale, I can't remember what was it, Amazon that you had it on sale, or
Probably.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So I ended up picking up the album, and guess what?
What?
The dog ate my homework, so it's gone. I swear I searched.
The dog has good taste in music, but
The dog has great taste. And so unfortunately, I've listened to the tunes. Like, I love the tunes. Black Roses is one of my, I'm in the dark here. Like I said, black roses are growing in the dark over here.
That tune is a favorite for a lot of people, actually.
Yeah,
Black Roses seems to be the one people listen to the album, they go, that's the tune, that's the song. So yeah, that song has really touched people.
Oh yeah, for sure. And since the album's come out, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite song off of it yet?
There's a few that really strike a chord, particularly Shelter. I love to perform that song live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, there's just something about the way the band plays and the chords and the way it comes together. I kind of roar. I refer to it as roaring in that song. It's just a lot of fun to perform. So that one, I would say, also Just in Our Time is a track I really love singing as well, because that one has a personal meaning for me. And Your Love Fades Away, I love that song. That was the first song I heard off the project, and was sitting in Adam's office, and he was played it for me, and I fell in love with it immediately. So that song is definitely one of my favorites.
I've got a couple too. She Don't Care About Me.
Yeah, She Don't Care About You.
Or She Don't Care About You. Sorry, She Don't Care About Me.
Yeah.
That song has got that old 60s kind of 50s, 60s kind of flavor to it. I really do like it. But I like when album first came out, I was glad to have listened to it before the first time when we met here on YouTube. That the Look of Love.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love that song too. No, so we put our own spin on it. I can't take credit for that. That would be the genius of my producers. That would be Justin Allen McWilliams and Adam Sewell, who really took it in a whole other direction. And when they played it for me, I was like, that's actually very cool. And it's a song that when I sing it live, people start mouthing the words when I hit the chorus, they're like, oh, I know that song. I'm like, yeah. So it's a nice change.
It really is. ABC was one of my favorites growing up.
It was amazing, yeah.
And then like they had like, now I'm going to take you back a little bit, not ABC, but It's My Life. That's not ABC, but that's Talk Talk.
Yes.
So I'm going to take you back a little bit, and I'm going to touch on when you did Broken Bones at the Inspire, I'll sit here all night and I will listen to that song over,
Oh, thanks.
over and over
Thank
again.
you.
Well, you know, when I used to DJ, these
Okay.
were the hot tunes way back when, and we talked a little bit about that. So
True.
let's talk about your BKS days and
Sure.
Chris Shepard, if that's okay. Taking you back to
Absolutely.
1994, 92. I know it's been a long time. I know.
Back.
So let's talk about BKS and what you're
All
doing.
right, talk to me.
And then moving along to Love Inc.
Okay.
So what happened with all of that? What was I guess Chris was going in a different direction. It disbanded BKS, then became Love Inc.
Yeah, I mean, well, BKS was around for a while. We did Dreamcatcher, Take Control, Astroplane, quite a few hits, and actually that's where I got my first Juno as part of a dance group. Was from BKS, and then Chris, I just think he was the creative guy that he was. He wanted to expand because dance was getting and house music was getting hotter and hotter, and he had a vision for another group, and BKS disbanded, and he called me and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna do another group, and I'd like you to be the lead vocals." And I was like, "Sure." And not quite knowing what direction he was going in, it was myself, Brad Damon, and Chris, and we'd sit down and go over the songs and try things out in the studio. And before you knew it, Vic signed it, and off it went to BMG.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
So then you got the BKS disbanded, and you guys moved on to Love Inc. Now
Yes.
you have worked with some really great. I mean, Adam Sewell is amazing. Like I've listened to
What a
some of,
great guy.
and he's very creative, and
Exactly.
he's got a wide variety of music genres that he touches on. Yourself,
Yes.
himself. I believe he's into like the punk thing too, right?
Punk, hard metal, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So when Love Inc. came out, how did that all come about? And I guess Chris approached you and said, "Hey, we need you back," kind of thing, or we just want
Like I
you.
said, he literally just called. He called after he disbanded with BKS, and he kind of laid out the vision he had for the new group, and he wanted me to. He asked if I'd do the lead vocals on it, so we started trying a few things in studio, and before you knew it, Vic BMG was interested, and well, I think he probably lined up Vic and BMG probably ahead of time, letting them know what he had in mind. And when we did a few songs in the studio, it clicked. That was with Brad Damon. Brad was young and up and coming producer then, quite amazing at what he does, and it just took off.
That's awesome. Now,
Yeah.
as a child, when you were in school, you wanted to do visual arts, and you
Yeah, visual art and fashion design.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing a segue here into what you're doing now,
Okay.
because you're a Fashion Plus model.
Yes.
And
Curvy fashion model. Yeah.
yeah, no, and you know what? It's fabulous. You guys look great. So talk a little bit about that and how that all came about. And obviously, you're going down a different avenue for something different. Obviously, yeah.
Going in a few different directions at once. Well,
Mhm.
fashion and fashion design, visual has always been a passion of mine, whether it's even down to painting. So, and for years, people had asked me to model, and I never really took it seriously. It was something that I was like, oh, I sing. I'm not a model, but I sing and I'll stay there. And then for Your Love Fades Away, um, another plus model in the community here had connected me with Stephanie Augustine from Sexy Plus, and it came. The question was asked again. She's like, you should model. You have a presence, and I was like, me, really? And so I said, okay, I'll try out for Montreal Plus Fashion Week. Got in. I was shocked I didn't hear from them for a while. I figured, oh, okay, I didn't get in, no problem, because I auditioned just like everybody else did. And I got in and went, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Just being around so many different women, different ethnicities, different sizes, shapes. Was very liberating. And we had Rosie Machado, who's one of the premier plus size models, was there giving us words of encouragement and just to get out there and just do it and enjoy. And it was a beautiful experience. So came back and started doing some photo shoots for Sexy Plus, and I'm liking it. It's fun getting some other offers too. So it's kind of a cool thing.
You know, you have this beautiful presence, and you are a beautiful woman, and
Thank you.
yeah, no, and
Thanks.
you know, it's so funny, you know, as a DJ, me in my younger years, there was no real pictures of you on any of the 12 inches, or
No.
not a lot of artists had, you know, because I used to get my records at Play to Record.
Eugene played a record. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was another place called Tracks, which was,
Yes.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
used to,
Barry Harris used to be at Tracks. Yeah. That's at
yeah,
College and Young. Yeah.
yeah, and so you know the area very well, and I did
Absolutely.
growing up as a you know, young man going, but I think the first time I ever saw you was Astroplane,
Oh, okay.
or You're a Superstar. I think that was I
Okay.
mean, your first actual present, like, you know, as a, you know, because you were on Much Music all the time and
Right.
watched the Much Music
Yeah.
awards and the,
I did make some appearances in Astro playing in the video and a few of the BKS videos. I was there. But I guess not until Love Inc. kind of exploded, then it was like, oh, this is who she is. You know, that's when everybody kind of took notice of who I was and what I looked like.
right. Now, some of the videos that you shot, how grueling was that, and what was the experience like? Because I don't, you do follow me on Facebook, and
I do.
I do vlogs in the area of Niagara Falls, and I don't know if you've seen some, but more so this past year, I did the honeymoon suite video location of Burning
Yes.
Love.
Yeah.
While I was out doing the locations, it just me going around from spot to spot to spot and figuring out where they shot this and that.
Right.
What was it like for you? Did you do it all in studio? Did you have to go to
Ye-
location, or?
Which ones? The Love Inc. videos or?
Probably, yeah, Love Inc. videos, and I think what is it? Black Roses? Is that the one you just did from from a room or something?
No, we did. Your Love Fades Away.
Love Fades Away was just
Yeah,
from
Your
a
Love
room.
Fades Away.
Yeah.
Well, Your Love Fades was actually done in studio at the location of the actual company. So we did that there. Love Inc. was various places. Broken Bones was shot actually under the DVP.
Oh
So there you go.
wow.
Yeah, it was shot under the DVP. And also at the Yorkdale subway tunnel. So
Yes.
there's a little bit of it there as well. For a long time, people didn't know where we had shot that, so that was kind of a cool thing. The other ones, I think we've shot in studio. Here Comes the Sunshine was in studio. Superstar was shot. I think again under parts of it were under the DVP again. And then me standing on a truck at 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was on top of a truck, freezing. And but you know what? Shooting video is always fun for me. I never see it as grueling. I see it as part of the process of it's kind of what we do.
Okay.
So I just take it in stride. I like it. I enjoy shooting videos. I've never complained to do one. I'm pretty
Yeah.
open to whatever the director has in mind.
Oh, that's awesome. So you know how most artists, singers and whatnot, they get involved in. I know you were on George Stromplompoulos.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think he was playing guitar. I don't know, but can you play an instrument?
You know, I have tried to play. I played the best instrument I have played was a clarinet. So and I enjoyed playing that. I played piano, I played guitar, I played drums, I've tried bass. Let's just say singing is where it's at for me.
So you just,
I have an extreme respect for musicians who can play. I am not one of them, but I appreciate the craft.
yeah, no, for sure. And when you're actually doing recording in the studio,
Yes.
or whatever it might be, do you ever? I know you said you don't play an instrument, but if there's a note that maybe one of the orchestra, you know, the band or whatever, they're missing, do you go and ding 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 ding, you know, tap on the
I'll
piano?
I'll listen, and take a listen and see if there's something that sounds off to me. I'll speak up about it. But generally, once I'm done my vocal, I leave the production to the producers.
Okay.
I tend to leave them. If again, before a final mix, I'll be like, oh, I don't know about this, that, and then they'll explain. We'll listen to it a few more times. But generally, I leave it alone and let them do what they do.
Okay, right on. And
Yeah,
that's,
I think we all respect each other in that form. It's like, you do what you do, I do what I do.
yeah, no, that's great. And that's a nice segue also into what I was going to ask next about producers. On TED, was it TEDx? You had the
Yeah.
beautiful speech in front of St. Mary's, I believe it was.
Yes. Yeah, that was a really good moment.
I'm going to tell you something. You are a very eloquent speaker, and
Thank you.
no, I'm not kidding. When I watched that a few times, and I'm looking,
Okay.
I'm seeing, why doesn't she do motivational speak, like motivation, like a Tim Robbins kind of or something?
Well, I probably will do more of that. I tend to just naturally be a very motivational person. I like to put out a lot of positivity. So I've also been asked to write a book. So that might be in the works too. So with that, there will come more motivational speeches.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. We had Adolfo Quinones, who was on from the movie. Remember Breakin' and Breakin' One,
Yes.
Two?
Yep.
Well, he was on with us, and he's also put out a book. He's a dancer. He's
Yep.
Madonna calls him the best effing dancer she's ever seen. He's also
Okay.
danced with Michael Jackson. But yeah, he recently
Nice.
put out I think it's a memoirs or something like that. But yeah, no, that would be really good for you to. That would be really good for you to put out a book.
Yep. I won't say what it's about, but it's definitely coming.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And when you do have it, please, I'd love to have you on to promote
Oh, I'll
that.
let you know for sure. You'll
Yeah.
know.
So let's talk about that a little bit. And I don't know if you can say maybe, this producer that you were talking about saying no, 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 you had the wrong look, you have this, you have that, and now it's like you can look back and say, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, look at you, huh? Look
You
at me
know what? It's
now.
never funny enough. Never been about that for me. I've bumped into that producer many times since, and don't even have that conversation. I just kind of do my thing and move on. There's no time to look back and say, haha, I told you so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even singers like Adele have also, mentioned things about size and weight in terms of you're listening to my voice. It's
Mhm.
really about my voice at the end of the day. I know image is part of our industry, and I've always been very conscious of looking good and dressing well so that people, you're dressed appropriately for whatever venue you're at or wherever you're singing. But I get up, I love to sing and I love what I do, and I don't think my fans have ever really cared. When I would tour with Love Inc., they would even start to dress like I did, and we all had a good time. We got up, they ultimately left with their hands in the air, and they were like, I had a good time, and that's really what it's about. We connected,
Yeah,
you know.
and
So, and I remember being at the Much Music Awards one year. I think it was one of the last ones I was at was Aqua was on stage winning, and we were up for the best dance category. And
yeah.
this young lady walked up to me and she just said, I just want to say thank you for always, you make the big girls look good. And I was like, thank you. And I never got her name. I don't know where she is, where she's from, but that always stayed with me because it was like, oh, somebody's looking. Because when I would get dressed, going, hair's got to be on point, clothes got to be on point. Doesn't matter what size I am. Me and other women are beautiful no matter what size we are. So I think it's important to dress the way you feel and emulate that positivity wherever you go, because you never know who's watching. You're inspiring someone and you never know who that person may be.
Yeah, no, and that's a good point, and it's great that you have the confidence. And as time has gone on, I mean, obviously you're a great Canadian artist, and you're so down to earth, and regardless of whatever kind of awards you've won in your past, 5-time Juno Award winner, as far as I'm concerned, I see them equivalent to the Grammys. I don't care who you are or what you do. you've never won a Grammy, but the point is I feel that they're both equivalent, because I mean, you're on the same,
Absolutely.
yeah, you're the same kind of artist as a Martha Wash,
Oh, thank you.
no, I mean the big voice of, you know, a lot of these artists from way back when. Yeah, well, thanks for sharing everything with us, Simone.
My
You know,
pleasure.
great. I'm so glad that you came on. If there's anything out there, is there anything else you want to tell anybody about that you've got coming up?
Wow. There's a few things coming up. I mean, there's the Black Diamond Ball that will be at the Royal York, February 25th, I believe. So that'll be, I'm going to be taking you back a little bit on that show. So it'll be fun. And there'll be tour dates coming up for myself and the Stereo Dynamite All Stars this summer. So look out for those. And that'll be the live, me with the band.
You with the band? Are you going to be?
Yeah.
I thought the last time we spoke, did you do Ottawa? Were you in Ottawa? Or
No,
were you
no, I
touring?
haven't done. Nope, but that'll be on the list for this year for sure. Okay. Well,
I've covered
thanks
that.
for having me on.
Yeah, no, thank you. And a special thanks to Adam Sewell at Stereo Dynamite for having Simone come on with me. She's an honor and it's an honor and a pleasure to talk to her as well. Please go and buy her album, Stereo Dynamite, The Sessions Volume
1.
And be looking out.
Come check us out on tour.
Yeah, and help get her out on tour. Yeah, you can get. Where can you get the album? And now is it still?
You can buy it at HMV. You can buy it on Amazon, iTunes.ca. It's everywhere.
All right, and
you can check me out on Spotify too.
So Spotify as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so for me, thank you very much, everybody. Be good to one another. And from Rockinboxes Presents this week, this was an awesome interview. And as Simone always says on her, I don't know if she does it on Twitter, but I know she does it on Facebook. Hashtag.
What do I say?
Hashtag repost.
Repost. There we go. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Simone. Everybody out there,
so much fun.
Take care.